yeah!
Hey guys, it's Haley, and today I'm going to share with you a crazy story. Last month, my sister got married, and it was a beautiful wedding. From what I saw, well, face planted in the dirt. Yeah, right before the ceremony, I had fainted. That morning, I had woken up feeling awful. Even the first thing my sisters had said to me when they saw me was, "You look terrible." What every girl wants to hear, right? So I can't say I'm surprised the day unfolded, or should I say went down the way it did, but it was still embarrassing. My other sister, the one not getting married, had been looking at me coincidentally the moment it happened, and she said it went like this. I stood there, majestically, with my red tips blowing in the breeze, watching the ceremony begin, when I went down like a brick, face first. I was rolled over, and about 5 seconds later I woke up and immediately started crying like a baby straight from the womb. It was like I was so overwhelmed that I couldn't help but cry. I felt bad for interrupting the ceremony and scaring everyone. I was in pain, I was shaky and disoriented. I might as well have been a cake, because I was in tears. However, it made me think of all the crazy stories I have of when my body just said nope to being conscious, so here are all my embarrassing fainting stories. Psst! My favorite is at the end. I got accused of shoplifting while unconscious. Okay, let's get into the video. The first experience I had with fainting was in grade 7 or 8. It was during health class when we were learning about pregnancy. For some reason, I had felt nauseous right from the start, like before any of the gross or detailed stuff even came up. We were literally looking at just an ultrasound image when my nausea got intense. The room was spinning, my vision was darkening. I had tried focusing on this spot on my desk and breathing deeply, but alas, I glanced up to see my last image, a blue baby fetus at 4 months. When I woke up, I thought I was on a raft for some reason, but then my vision focused and I saw that I was surrounded by people. And then the embarrassment hit me. To make it worse, my friend told me I made a big moan before I fainted, and a lot of people laughed at me. But she gave them dirty looks, so she's the real MVP, even though she continued to mock me for fainting at a blue baby fetus. It's understandable. But it ended up that I didn't have to watch the birthing video that everyone else had to watch, because they thought I couldn't handle it. So in the end, this was kind of a blessing in disguise. The next time I had fainted was when I was in grade 10 science class. I had just walked through the door when, bam! I remember the first thing I heard when I woke up was a guy in my class saying, "Did I do that?" As if he was responsible for me fainting. Like, did he think his good looks were just too much for me to handle and rendered me unconscious? This really sweet girl helped sit me up, and I remember feeling that humiliating, overwhelming feeling again and just crying. You'd think someone had just ordered a large order of French fries. Yeah. My teacher took me to the counselor's office with a counselor and principal, and then they got me to lay down on the floor as they surrounded me while talking about what the game plan was. What do we do with the body? We know what we have to do. This last one is my favorite because it is so strange. I was at a bookstore and I was buying a lot of books. Like a lot. Nope, more. As I was waiting for my mom to pick me up, I began getting very hot. I was looking for my mom's car when suddenly I just passed out. This time it was just so sudden that when I woke up, I was so confused as to why I was on the ground. I just looked around, picked myself back up, dusted myself off, and had hoped that nobody witnessed it. But then this guy races over to me and he looks like he just saw a ghost. His face was white and he was out of breath. As soon as he came up to me, he exclaimed, "You are up! You were passed out for so long! I was leaving the store when you passed out. Wow, you dropped like a sack of hammers! It was crazy! I even lifted your eyelids up and I just saw the whites. I wasn't even sure if you were breathing. Oh, I went to get the employees to help. Oh, here they are. They're coming." So they guided me to this chair to sit down while they tried contacting my mom. And while this was all going on, I just kept picturing this man jabbing at my eyelids and thinking I wasn't breathing, but not calling an ambulance or something. It was very concerning to know that. Like, what if I actually wasn't breathing? When my mom finally shows up, which, by the way, she was in the store the whole time. The entire time this went down and I was at the front, she was actually on the upper level looking for me. I noticed she looked embarrassed and awkward, so when we got into the car, I asked her why she looked so flustered and was so quiet around the employees. And then she said, when they had called her cell phone and they had said it's blah 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 bookstore calling and we have your daughter sitting down right now, my mom had jumped to this conclusion and just yelled, "Oh my God, she shoplifted?" And then they had to deal with this awkward explanation of them saying, "No, she had just fainted. Is there a reason you would have assumed it was shoplifting?" So I said, "Oh, so that's how you think of me," and joked around with her. It was a pretty funny mix-up. And the best part of this whole story, I didn't cry. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you liked it. If you'd like, subscribe and comment any of your fainting stories. See you guys when the tear drops. Haley.